Necesitas un lápiz, un cuaderno, or el papel. You will need a pencil, an exercise book, or paper. Hola clase 6, ¿cómo estás? Estupendo, bien, regular, or mal? Hello class 6, I hope that you're all okay and I hope that you're all continuing to stay safe. For Spanish today we're going to be learning all about jobs in Spanish or trabajos. Trabajos. Muy bien. We're going to be talking through quite a bit to do with vocabulary today. We're going to be looking at putting these words into sentences. I'm going to show you a good example of one, and then eventually you're going to have a go at doing your own. Okay, so the first word that we're going to learn today is vendedor. 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 Muy bien, great pronunciation. Now, vendedor essentially means seller, so somebody who works in a shop and sells things. Next one, medico. 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 Now, you'll notice there's an accent on the letter E of medico. What does that mean? Estupendo. It means that we need to really stress that sound as we say it. So rather than medico, medico. Muy bien. Okay, next one. Profesora. Profesora. Profesora, which means teacher. Next one, policia. Policia. So pronunciation there, we've got two things to think about. One of them is the accent on the I, and the other one is the fact that the C is actually a th sound as we say it. Policia. Policia. Muy bien. Okay, next one, camarero. 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 Brilliant. Remember to roll those R's as you're saying it. Camarero. Camarero. Muy bien. And obviously, camarero means a waiter. Now, one of the things that you know or will know in Spanish from previous year groups is the fact that in Spanish we have some masculine words and some feminine words, so some essentially male words and some female words. Now, that makes it a little bit tricky when we're talking about jobs and roles that people have, because there are two words for the same thing. So, for example, in the picture that's on your screen, there's two words for the word waiter. I guess similar to English where we have waiter and waitress. So, firstly, there is es camarero, and that means a waiter, a male waiter. However, in Spanish, for waitress, es camarera, which obviously ends in the letter A. Generally, in Spanish, most feminine words do end in the letter A. And obviously, that's similar across all jobs. So again, in this example, es vendedora. Es vendedora. Muy bien. And then finally, es vendedor. Es vendedor. So vendedora means a feminine seller or shopkeeper, and vendedor means a male shopkeeper. Bueno, okay, so for the next activity, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a passage of somebody speaking in Spanish. Now on the next slide when it comes on, it tends to take a few seconds to start, but don't worry, it is coming on. What I want you to do is to listen to it, see which words you recognise and try and translate as much of it as you can. After you've listened to it, I'm then going to show you it in a written form, and I want you to have a look again at the words, at the sentences, at the phrases that you might recognise, and really have a quest to try and translate it into English.
Hola, Voy a hablar de mi familia. Mi padre tiene 44 años. Es vendedor. Mi madre se llama Luisa y es policía. Mi hermano, Rubén, que tiene 18 años, es camarero en un bar los viernes y los sábados por la tarde. Y mi hermana es camarera en un café. ¡Adiós!
And here's the written version of that speech. What I'd like you to do whilst you're looking at it is pause the video. Another task that I'd like you to do is I'd like you to have a look and see if you can recognise some of the los trabajos, the jobs that you have heard or seen in this paragraph. Muy bien. So in the paragraph that you can see on your screen now, you'll see that the jobs are highlighted. So we've got es vendedor, is a shopkeeper or a seller. Es policía is a police lady because it ends in the letter A. Es camarero is a waiter, and es camarera is a waitress. Now to translate the paragraph for you. So you should have, hello, I'm going to talk about my family. My father is 44 years old. He's a seller. My mother is called Luisa and is a police lady. My brother Ruben, who is 18 years old, is a waiter in a bar on Fridays and Saturdays in the afternoon, and my sister is a waitress in a cafe. Goodbye. Absolutely brilliant if you translated that correctly. If you didn't, feel free to pause the video now and look back over your translation and see if you can work out where you didn't get it quite correct. Bueno, so you've probably guessed that you're going to be writing your own paragraph based on the jobs that we've learned about today. I'm just going to bring mine in to show you now, and let's have a look at trying to translate it and also trying to really make sure that we can pronounce those keywords correctly. So, hola, voy a hablar de mi familia. Mi padre se llama Nick, trabaja en la oficina. Mi madre es profesora y tiene 64 años. Mi hermana es camarera en un café cada miércoles. Adiós. Okay, so now that you've heard me read that out to you, what I would like you to do, similar to what we did before, pause the video and see if you can translate it to English. Okay, how did you get on? So I'm going to translate it now for you into English. I'm going to pick out a few key points from my video. So, hello, I'm going to speak about my family. My father is called Nick, and he works in an office. My mother is a teacher. Remember, I've got profesora because it's a female. And she is 64 years old. My sister is a waitress in a cafe every Wednesday. Goodbye. Incredible if you got that correct. Obviously, as I said, we're gearing up now to you writing your own paragraphs, and that's something that I'd like you to have a go at now. Obviously, you can use mine as a model for yours. You can use the one that we looked at earlier that we listened to as a model as well. But either way, I want you to have a go at writing your own paragraph or series of sentences to tell me all about your family and the jobs that they do. Now, obviously, I understand that we may not have looked at some of the jobs that your family does. It doesn't matter so much if it's not completely factual. However, if you do want to research some of the jobs that your family may do, then that's absolutely fine as well. We'll be looking next week or continuing to look at jobs and really looking at making sure our writing and our spoken Spanish is completely accurate. So just make sure that when you're writing that your words agree, that they're masculine or that they're feminine, and it's accurate. I look forward to seeing some of your uploads onto Seesaw. Obviously, it doesn't matter too much if you do it as a spoken video, or if you take a picture of your writing. It's completely up to you. As I mentioned, next week we'll be really looking at up-leveling, making sure our paragraphs are the best that they can possibly be. So I look forward to seeing you then. Hope that you found this really useful. Take care. Adios.